instead of taking anything. Said we needed air, but really we just need evening to last a little longer than the clock was giving us. The streets were quiet, washed and still without a fuss. Just lamplight on the pavement and the scent from somewhere far. A window open 2 floors up, someone's midnight memoir. You took my arm somewhere around the bridge and kept it there. And everything the city had to offer filled the air like it was ours. Every light was ours that night. Every window, every neon burning bright. Every empty street we crossed was cleared for us. Every passing taxi slowed without a fuss. The city gave us everything it had to give. Every light a reminder of the life we get to live. When we're walking through it side by side and slow, every light was out. I want you always to know. You stopped to read a notice on a wall we passed before. Some concert from the summer, peeling at the corner more than halfway off, just half a face, half of a name. You said that's kinda beautiful, and I felt just the same about everything. The half-torn poster and the wet street and the hum, the scent still drifting from that window. All of it had come together into something I don't have a word to fit, except that you were in it and I made the whole of it exactly right. We reached our street and slowed without discussing it. The way you slow when something good is reaching its limit, and you wanna stretch the last of it as far as it will go. One more block, one more lamppost, one more window's glow. One more moment in the in-between before the door. You said remember this one, just like that, nothing more. I said I already am, and that was all we said. 2 people's stories, something quietly inside their heads. For later, I will be old one day, and some young person might ask me what the best night of my life was, and I'll probably say something grand, something they'd expect to hear. But privately I'll think of this, a walk a year. I don't remember exactly the city after rain, the scent from someone's window when you're taking my arm again. Somewhere around the bridge, every light was ours at night. That's the truest thing I know about what love looks like.
Softly without name, not a sound, not a dream, just the quiet all the same. Asking to be noticed, for a minute to be known. I I slip out from the blanket, careful, leave you warm alone. Find the kitchen by the memory of where the furniture stays. Put the kettle on and stand inside the pre-dawn haze. The window shows a city that has not decided yet. Between the dark and morning, held in something like regret of having to choose the softest hour before the world begins. Started on my phone on low while the quiet wins. The softest hour, the city gray and still. The kettle and the window and this particular thrill of being up before the day has named itself aloud. The softest hour, no obligation and no crowd. Just me and the beginning and the knowledge down the hall that you are sleeping and that is best of all. I make one cup and sit beside the barely lightened glass. Watch the street below assemble as the darkest hours pass. First a cyclist, then a woman with a coat too thin. Then the bakery 2 floors down turns its yellow light on in the dark. I think about the day ahead in its unformed soft state. Before it has its edges, before it has its weight. The version of the day that's still a possibility. Still open, still unwritten, still belonging just to me and to the hour. I used to wake like this and feel the morning as a threat. The list of everything unchecked, the calendar of death. But somewhere in the last while that has changed its quality now. 5 a.m. feels like a gift to live just to me. Maybe it's the knowing that when this soft hour is done, I'll slip back under where you are and wait there for the sun to come through at the angle that it does across your face. And that's the whole agenda, that's the whole imperfect case for everything. I think happiness is mostly in the early and the late, the hours on the edges of the day before the weight of everything descends. The 5 a.m. that no one owns, the midnight that is shared, the sun tread on the phone at low, the window and the earth, and quiet city breathing. The small and private moments that accumulate to this, a life that has the softest hour and knows what
The DJ on the midnight show has got a quiet voice, the kind that only works at this hour, the kind that's not a choice, but something that the night itself requires of the one who holds a signal steady after everything is done. He reads a dedication out from someone in the south, a name, a song, a message from a tired and grateful mouth. I don't know these people, but I feel the thing they feel, the 3 a.m. particular of something being real and worth the saying. Midnight frequency holding us all, everyone awake tonight, receiving the call. Midnight frequency, soft across the air. Someone in the city loves someone out there. The scent comes in beneath the voice and fills the empty space. For a moment all the lonely has a temporary face. That isn't lonely, just alive and late and tuned in right. Midnight frequency connecting all of us tonight. I think about the history of radios and night, of people driving decades back through this same darkened light, hearing dedications for the names they'll never know, feeling less alone somehow inside the signal's glow. Nothing changes in that, the frequency stays true. The need to send a signal saying I am here for you, across the dark, across the distance, through the static and the years. The oldest human sentence underneath the atmosphere. The DJ plays the song now and it fills the car entire. Some sin just as a ballad from the era of desire, and shoulder pads and neon and the cassette and the road. The era that invented this particular love code. I turn it up and drive a little slower than I should. Let the frequency move through me the way only music could. At this hour, past the rational, past the kept and stored, down into something that you didn't know you could afford. To feel somewhere she is hearing this same station, maybe not. But I like the thought of signals finding everyone they've got to find. I like the thought of midnight as a shared and common space, where everyone who's awake enough is briefly face to face with something true. I'll send my own dedication out to no one and to all, to everyone who loves someone and answers when they call, to everyone still driving through the dark to find their way. The frequency is holding and it holds us till the day.
between two stations makes that sound. Not quite music, not quite silence, something found in the frequency between the things that have a name. I leave it there because it feels tonight the same as how I feel. Not restless and not settled, somewhere in the warm between, the kind of state that only comes in the late and in the dream. Chasing hours when the body's given up on day, and the mind is floating somewhere quiet and away from everything. Warm static on the radio, low and soft, the city somewhere underneath, and us somewhere above it all. Warm static, you're breathing in the night, the scent that bleeds in through the static. Barely right, but beautiful. I don't need the song to have a name or heaven. Warm static in your presence is the frequency I'd send if someone asked me what the best thing sounds like. Warm static, this is what the best thing sounds like. You shift beside me, and the blanket pulls a little wrong. You fix it without waking, you've been good at that all along. I watch the ceiling do its nothing in the half dark of the room. The static keeps its soft and shapeless presence in the gloom. Somewhere in it there's a melody that almost forms, like something trying to ride through all the gentle storms of frequency and distance and the late night atmosphere. It never quite resolves, but that's okay. It doesn't need to hear. I think of all the nights I spent with silence and the hum of only my own breathing, and the waiting for the come of morning as a mercy. Nights that had no warm beside, no static shared with someone, nowhere soft to hide. And now the static's warm because the room is warm, because you're in it. It's that simple, that's the only clause. The same frequency that used to make the dark feel white now makes it feel like exactly the right size inside. Maybe love is just a frequency you find that makes the in between feel less like lost and more like line with something worth the staying. Maybe that's the whole of it, the warm and shapeless sound of not being alone inside the static that surrounds every life and every late and quiet hour of night. Maybe love is warm static, and that's exactly right.
Board flipped over to the last departure gone. I watched it from the platform, and then I just kept standing on Told myself I'd catch the one before I didn't try. Told myself it was an accident, there was a lie. The station emptied slowly to its over, and there remained a cleaner and a light that flickers down the empty lane. I stood there with my bag and made the call I should have made 3 hours back, when leaving still felt less afraid. After the last train, what do you do when the only reason staying is specifically you? After the last train, the city's mining slow. It's still right on the taxi radio wherever we go. I missed it on purpose, or I missed it by design. Either way, I'm still here, and either way, you're mine. For one more night, one more city, one more door. After the last train, I stopped keeping score. You opened up before I knocked. You always seem to know. Said you heard my step on the third step from below. I said the trains had stopped. You said I know coming. The kind of welcome that is quiet and certain, and has been waiting in the apartment at that late night, settled feeling of a place that's given up on evening and found its nighttime face. You made the tea like it was obvious, like it was planned, and I sat at your table, and I finally understand what home means. By morning there'll be early trains and reasons to depart. The ordinary mechanisms of the world will start. But right now it's the after last trains, after plans, after all the careful management of clocks and hands. Right now it's just the scent still on the radio low. Your lamp, your tea, the city with its overnight soft glow. Right now I'm exactly where the missing of the train was always quietly leading me, and I'd miss it all again. Some of the best things happen in the margin of the mist. The flight you didn't catch, the turn you somehow dismissed, the plan that fell apart and left you somewhere unexpected, the last train out of somewhere that you quietly deflected. Life leaves these little gaps between the scheduled and the real, and if you're brave enough to stand in them and actually feel, you find the things that timetables were never gonna give. The unplanned and the after, that's the part where people live. sunset, where the windows and a million kinds of glow. Someone's up at this hour, making coffee, making peace. Someone's saying goodnight, and someone's finding release from something heavy. You lean against the railing with your eyes half closed. The wind is barely anything. The night is almost posed like it arranged itself specifically for this. Two people and the skyline and the quiet that exists between them. Glass city underneath us, breathing life, synthesizer somewhere holding up the night. Glass city, all those lies we'll never know. And yet up here I feel like I got everything below. Every window is a story, every roof a quiet keep. Glass city slowly pulling itself into sleep. And I am wide awake beside you in the blow. Glass city and you, and the soft electric flow. What I won laid a window on the 14th floor. Say you wonder what they're doing, what they're waiting for. I say maybe the same thing, just the view from different height. Someone else up on their balcony looking out tonight. Maybe everyone's awake and watching someone else. A city full of insomniacs, and everybody else too tired to sleep, too wired for the dark to settle in. All of us connected by the light we're standing in. I stood in this exact spot in a different time before, alone, and it was beautiful, but somehow asked for more. The city was always beautiful, the night was always deep, but you made it something I could hold, something I could keep beyond the moment. And now every city I will ever stand above at night will have you in it somewhere. We'll have this as it's mine. We'll have this as it's
Headphones on and the world goes soft and white. The synth comes in and takes me somewhere on the inside. The lamp is low, the window has the city's distant hum, and I'm not waiting for anything, I've already become the evening. Your voice is in my memory from earlier today. A specific laugh, a specific unremarkable thing you say, that I keep finding funny hours after you have gone. The way a good song stays with you and quietly holds on. Slow frequency pulling me through. The sound is ours, it's sounding like it somehow knows about you. Slow little softer, a little more into the good, slow frequency, feeling everything the way I should. There's a certain kind of happiness that doesn't make a noise. It sits in you like warmth and doesn't need the usual joys of company or conversation or a reason or a place. Just the knowledge of a person and the memory of their face, doing something ordinary. I've been happy loud before and it was real and fine, but this quiet kind of happy feels more permanently mine. The kind that's there at midnight in a room with just a lamp, the kind that keeps the cold out and the outside air less damp. The track moves into something with a slower, deeper beat. I pull the blanket further up and sink into the seat. Outside the city pulses with its electric restless flow. In here it's just the frequency and the low and gentle glow of something good. I think about tomorrow and the ordinary shape it'll take, the coffee and the messages and everything we'll make of another day together in the usual kind of way. And I find that I am smiling at the nothing of the day ahead. This is what I used to hope for, in a vague and wordless sense. Not the grand, not the dramatic, not the love that's too intense to live inside of daily. Just this slow and steady signal, just this warm and constant hum, just the feeling in the evening that the best part hasn't come and gone, that it's here, that it's ongoing, that it lives in simple things, in headphones and a lamp and all the quiet joy that brings when someone is the reason. I noticed first the sky had changed behind the blind. That particular blue that only comes one time, between the end of dark and the beginning of the day. The hour that belongs to those who chose to stay away. You were in the middle of a sentence about home. it down the middle, handed me my half like it was easy, like the riddle of two people and one blanket solves itself. I thought about the version of me on some other shelf of life who went home early, who said goodnight at 10, and felt so grateful for the choice that brought me here instead. And then kept talking. You asked me what I'm most afraid of, almost as a joke, but then you waited genuinely for what I spoke. I told you something true that I don't usually say. You nodded like you thought the same thing in a different way. That's the violet hour gift, the loose and careful guard, the things that only surface when the keeping them is hard. Because the night has worn the edges soft and the dawn is coming anyway, and the pretending's almost gone. Some nights are just the clock, and some nights are the kind that rearrange the furniture inside your mind, that show you where the walls were that you didn't know you kept, that find the parts of you that only live when you've not slept. I think I know you better now than people know in years, because we stayed until the violet passed the point of fears. And when the morning comes in full and ordinary light, I'll still be carrying the violet of this night. The last guest left the glasses by the door. The playlist ran its course, and now it's just the hum once more. You found my old keyboard underneath the shelf, plugged it in and played 3 chords almost by yourself. Something slow came out that neither of us planned. You looked up from the keys and offered me your hand. The kitchen had that after party golden still, and the center filled it like it always will. At 2 a.m., electric slow dance on the kitchen floor. Some songs are low and nothing else to ask for more. Electric slow dance, neon through the glass. Hold me like the night is something built to last. No DJ, no crowd, no place to be. Just the hum of something beautiful and free. Electric slow dance, your hands in mine. The whole night narrowed down to this one line. You play the same 3 chords on slow repeat. I lean my head against your shoulder to the beat. The synth has got that warm and slightly out of tune quality of something found and played too soon after midnight. But that's the sound I want, not polished, not prepared, just you and an old keyboard, and the fact that you both cared enough to fill this silence. never been afraid to ask for. The city outside pulses with its usual late-night code. Sirens and the distant bass from somewhere down the road. But in here it's just Dre's and the shuffle of our feet, and the way your heartbeat syncs up to the scent just of the beat. I close my eyes and let the sound become the room, become the feeling that I carry when the morning finally comes. Of how we danced electric in the kitchen, slow and right. Of how the whole world narrowed to this frequency tonight. I've danced in proper ballrooms, I've danced beneath the stars, I've danced in crowded venues and in the backs of bars, but nothing ever felt the way this kitchen feels right now. The synthesizer holding us, the low electric vow is something that needs no words, no stage, no crowd to see. Just three chords in the dark, and you and me. I think the best dances happen when nobody's watching close, when the music's slightly broken and you love it even most.
The overpass at midnight has a language all its own. The sodium and neon painting everything in chrome. You've got your window down despite the cold. You always do, watching all the light trails like they're made for only you. The radio found something with a beat that fills the car. You turn it up without a word, and there we are. Two people in a highway in a city full of glow, going somewhere, going nowhere, taking it slow. Neon and you, that's all I see. Every overpass a painting made for me. Neon and you, the city burning bright. I'd drive this road forever just to keep you in this light. Red and gold and violet on your face. Every tunnel is a moment, every bridge a resting place. Neon and you, the night is long and fine. The whole electric city and you're mine. You point at something on the skyline, say it looks like space. Some rooftop tower blinking at its slow and steady pace. I say it looks like something from a film we saw last spring. You say no, it's more like that other one, that opening with the rain. We argue gently, neither of us right or wrong enough. This is how we pass the miles through all the good and rough. The city thins a little as we reach the other side. You reach across and take my hand and we just ride. There's a diner past the bridge that's always open, always lit. We stop there sometimes just because the night allows for it. Coffee in a booth with vinyl seats and someone's old jukebox. You steal my fries and I pretend I'm mine while the clock forgets to move. Tonight we keep on driving though the diner blurs behind, because the road ahead is better than the one we've left behind. You hum along to something and I catch the melody. Neon and the highway and you next to me. I never thought that driving could be where I'd feel most home. That motion could be stillness and that roads could cure the lone. But But you changed the way a car feels, changed the way a city looks, turned every underpass to something worthy of the books. Now I take the long routes just to keep the feeling near. Now every set of traffic lights is somewhere I want to be here, with the stems up and the windows down and nowhere left to go except forward, except with you, except into the glow.
October came in quiet without much of a fuss, left a chill beneath the door and rearranged the two of us. We had plans, a restaurant, a film, a Friday kind of night, but the rain came down so heavy that we let it all go right out the window. You lit the candle on the table while I found the extra throw. We ordered in and settled to the radio. Soft glow, I looked across at you, arranging pillows on the floor, and thought, I think I've wanted this specific thing before. First cold night of the season, first excuse to stay inside, first cold night with a reason to let the warm be our guide. No restaurant could have given me what this sofa gives tonight. Your shoulder and the candlelight and everything just right. First cold night of the autumn, first of all the ones to come. I think winter is my favorite now, if this is what it's from. The food arrived in paper bags that steamed against the cold. We ate it from the containers like we're 20, like we're bold enough to not care about the table or the plates or such. I think that's when I knew that I was in too deep. Too much when someone makes the floor feel like the best seat in the place. When takeaway containers have a certain kind of grace. When the rain outside is not a problem, but a perfect sound. That's when you know that something rare is what you found. We fell asleep before 11, which was not the plan. Woke up tangled in the throw with the candle at its can't go on. You blew it out and pulled the blanket tighter over both. Said something half asleep I couldn't catch, but in the growth of that quiet I heard enough. The rain had stopped, the city hissed with after-water shine, and I thought, every first cold night from here I want is mine. Every canceled plan that leads us back to this exact address. The floor, the throw, the candle, you, I couldn't want for less. Summer always gets the credit for the romance and the light, the long evenings and particular comfort of a person in a room, when outside is the weather and inside is the bloom of something that doesn't need the sun to keep on being warm. My favorite kind of love is the one that loves the storm.
I've had songs I played to death in younger, hungrier years. Wore the grooves out on the records, wore them through my fears. But even the best ones fade a little, lose their edge in time. You start to hear the formula, you start to lose the rhyme. You're not like that. 2 years in and I still notice things I hadn't caught before. The way you think before you answer what you're quiet for. Every conversation has a layer underneath, like a song that keeps on giving more with every careful read. You're my old favorite, the one I long enough to know your every side, the loud parts and the subtle parts you usually hide. You're my old favorite, worn and warm and perfectly in tune, the one I choose above them all in any afternoon. There are people who need novelty, who chase the new release, who love the first 3 listenings and then they need to cease. I used to be that person with my restless searching ears, but you arrived and something settled quietly in the gears. Not because you're simple, because you're kind of complex, keeps on giving, and that's flat out remarkable in someone to be endlessly defined, to be the song that plays and plays and never leaves my mind. You asked me once if I got bored of ordinary days. Well, less than what I'd wanted in my younger, wilder phase. I thought about it honestly for longer than I should, and then I said, I think I finally understand what good feels like. Not the lightning and the chaos that I thought I used to need, but the album that you live inside, the song that makes you free from wanting anything beyond the room that you are in. You're my old favorite, and I don't know where I end, you begin. Someday I'll be old and someone will ask what love was like. I'll say it was a song I found and played through every night. Not perfect in the way that perfect things are cold and done, but perfect in the way of
that I called by name of home. A postcode and a door key and a room to be alone. I knew which floorboard creaked and where the light switch sat in dark. Knew the sound the building made and every hallway mark. But somewhere in the last while that definition changed. The whole geography of safety got quietly rearranged. Now home is not a postcode and it's not a set of walls. It moves with someone, breathes with someone, answers when it calls your name. Already home, wherever you are near. Already home, that's what it means to have you here. Already home, in cities and in rooms I've never seen. Already home in every space you've ever been between me and the world. The torture blaze and the night is soft and wide. Already home, because you're somewhere by my side. I stopped looking for the place a while ago. Already home, and now I know. We slept in 4 different cities in the last 2 months alone. In rooms with unfamiliar ceilings, none of them our own. Hotels and a friend's spare room, and once a place so small. We laughed about the size of it while pressed against the wall. But every one of them felt right the moment you were in. The unfamiliar ceiling, just the place where we begin. Another night together in the ongoing of this. The portable and perfect and the holy hours of this. Wherever my mother asked me recently if I had settled down, if I had found a neighborhood, a corner of a town to call my permanent address, to plant the usual things. I said I think I found what settling actually brings. Not a postcode, but a person. Not a house, but a here. Not a place that stays forever, but someone who stays near. Enough that near becomes the only compass that I need. She smiled like she already knew. She did indeed. So here's to every rented room and every borrowed bed, to every map we didn't follow and every plan we shed, to every city that received us and let us pass on through, to every night that could have been alone but wasn't you. The stars out on the little speaker, the window and the dark, the suitcase in the corner and the key without a marker of permanence. Just temporary, just tonight, just here. Already home, because already you are near.